Hey, what's going on, you guys? Hey, welcome back to another episode of I Trek. Big shout out to everybody that has just tapped in on this beautiful Sunday, man. Hey, there's a lot going on out here in these conspiracy streets. And if this is your first time here, what we like to do is take a look at the most interesting and creepy videos from all around the internet and evaluate for ourselves whether these are fact or fake. But before we get into any of that, do me the biggest favor and hit that like button for me, hit that hype button, and if you're not a part of the most active channel on YouTube, man, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and sub up. Let's go ahead and jump right into it.
On September 23rd, 1953, when my father acquired the Bigfoot, he said it was rushing towards them. He didn't know what it was. They thought it was a bear. They protected themselves. After the smoke cleared, they realized it was not a bear. They decided to take it with them. The Bigfoot have been kept in freezers, so they're very desiccated. They don't weigh as much as they would, but they're still very heavy. I believe it is not a mammal, and I don't believe it's from here. I believe it's an ET or it's interdimensional. I also believe that it's sent here by the gray aliens, and it's a biological recording device.
Now, if I had to put a classification on a Bigfoot, I definitely am leaning more towards interdimensional, because I don't think I've ever heard of a Bigfoot on a spaceship, right? I mean, he's way too big to be on a spaceship. Definitely tap in and let me know which way you're leaning towards.
So have y'all seen this freaky looking mech suit that they just released? It was apparently $650,000. You know, I always thought the first time I would see a mech suit it'd be cooler looking than this. It was kind of freaky to watch it go on all fours and walk away like this. And you get this ridiculous video of it, I guess apparently mad at its stepdad and punching this wall. But it's being marketed as the world's first mass-produced manned robot. This machine can transform into a quadrupedal civilian vehicle too, which is that weird freaky four-ped thing. But the real question I gotta ask, do you think these are already fighting in underground robot fighting clubs?
This new footage of a tick is currently going viral because it is literally chasing this man down even as he moves side to side. If you're wondering what hell this came from or what kind of tick this is hyaloma, and unfortunately it is dangerous. It can actually give someone a fever known as the Crimean Congo hemorrhagic fever, which has a mortality rate of about 10 to 40%. These are found in Asia, Africa, and Southern Europe, but if you're in the United States, you're not off the hook just yet, because there is a tick here that also has a predatory behavior and is aggressive, and that's the Lone Star tick. Its saliva contains something called alpha-gal, and if this enters your body can develop an allergic reaction to red meat. I mean, ticks in general, the number of them this year, it's almost at a record high. We haven't seen numbers like this in years, and no one really knows why. That's why there's a bunch of conspiracies floating around. I mean, allegedly, there was a man, there's a video of it, he allegedly found a box full of ticks in the woods. Whatever the hell is going on, every time you go outside, when you come back in, just make sure you check yourself.
Out of all the insects, ticks seem to be doing the most damage right about now.
I'm a 33rd degree Freemason. I get a copy of the New World Order every month so I can vote on the things I want to stay the same and the things I want to change. I'm going to tell y'all this, but I know y'all not going to believe me. Antarctica is a freezer. And I know y'all going to be like, we know it's a freezer. It's always cold. No, it's a man-made freezer. The reason why it's made to be so cold year-round is because there are titans or kaijus that live miles and miles underneath the ice. And they believe that those frigid temperatures will keep those titans and kaijus completely immobile from carrying out what people would believe is Armageddon or the last days. So the government strategically places polar bears all throughout Antarctica, which is why polar bears are one of the few mammals that actively hunt and consume human beings. So when y'all see glaciers falling or polar caps melting, it's actually those titans trying to escape.
Somehow or another, these people from 6,000 plus years ago had a detailed map of the solar system.
They had a clear idea of the solar system.
With the size in like a relatively correct order, and the planets in the right place. Like they somehow or another knew that Jupiter was bigger than Mars. They knew these things in some weird way, and we don't know why, and we don't know how. Also, the caduceus representing the double helix of the DNA.
I think what any of us should do when we're exploring the deep and hidden mysteries of the past is to go to a lot of different sources. Don't just stick with the alternative, but try to bring it all together. And in a way, that's what I try to do in my books, except the skeptics still hate them.
Like the alien story is so compelling. It's so fun.
Very compelling story.
Like I've always said this, that if we found like a jellyfish on the moon, we would freak out.
And that's why I say you got to do your homework, because more times than not, a lot of these people that are giving their expert opinion on some of these conspiracies haven't really done any kind of profound investigative research on the subject.
There are 1,833 of them that have been living underground between 100 and 200 miles beneath the surface. They've been here, some of them have been here a long, long time. They're ugly. I mean, they think we're ugly too, you know, and I guess it's all a matter of perspective and belief system. In my belief system, and I'm only taking responsibility for me, they're ugly. They're anywhere from 7 to 22 feet tall. They can weigh up to 1,800 pounds. They're reptilian. The longer, the ones that have stubby tails, if you see one that has no tail, he's of the warrior class or the worker class. The longer the tail, the higher their rank. When you see one with long tails, with winged appendages, he's considered royalty. Whenever you see one, you ought to just run like hell. You shouldn't approach it. You shouldn't provoke it. Just get the hell out of its way. Just get out of its way. Just run. You know, there is a way to kill them. If you can't cut off their head, they have two hearts. There's one here underneath this armpit and one here. Or if you can't get to that area, you need to slow it down. You need to hit it right above its groin area. It has a very large liver. You need to wound it there to slow it down. It is not something where man-to-man combat you're going to be able to deal with, because they apparently have the strength of 12, 15 men. They're incredibly quick. They're incredibly psychic. They know what you're going to do before you do it. Don't respect human life in any way whatsoever.
Monsters are very real. And no, they're not always creatures and cryptids. Sometimes they're just your fellow man. Take a look at this home security camera. It catches something absolutely horrifying. What appears to be an unidentified man trying doors, trying to get into people's homes. We can only wonder why. But looking at what's in his hand, you can pretty much get the picture. Always watch your surroundings. Immediately close your doors as soon as you arrive home and lock them. Stay safe and stay vigilant.
Sorry to bother you. I'm just really thirsty. I've been walking for miles. I just need a drink of water.
Need to leave my property? What's with his creepy friend lurking in the background?
I'm not doing anything.
I've got to trap them. Step away from the door. Get off my property. They came back the next night.
So Ellen DeGeneres is going blind. But do you want to know how significant that really is? Come right back to that. We'll get to the Kuru in 1 second. Do you remember when I made this video that she had fled the freaking country? It was like 2 years ago, and she had gotten really sick, or at least was looking sickly. People thought it was crazy. By the way, that video got like 10 million views. Can we double it? 1 second.
Wait a minute. You're telling me that Ellen left the United States and went to the UK?
So I guess she was sick. I guess I'm not crazy after all. Now she has Kuru, and she's going blind. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pop this on the screen for 1 second and you just read it, because this is how Google says that you get that certain thing I just mentioned. Wow. You don't say. The picture is completely unrelated. Now your first Google search, what it's gonna do is it's gonna give you a FACT check. We knew none of that stuff's going on, right guys? But completely unrelated, has anybody seen Tom Hanks asking for a friend?
You won't believe what Trump just admitted in his recent declassification of the UFO files. As you can clearly see here on this official government website, Trump makes the admission of releasing government files related to alien and extraterrestrial life. In other words, he's admitting to there being such a thing as little green men. For those of you who are not aware, in the 60s, NASA tasked the Brookings Institution with our taxpaying dollars to study the social implications of revealing extraterrestrial life. And the verdict was pretty clear. It would cause a massive crisis of faith, blowing apart traditional religion.
So scientists are looking into why people are feeling so tired lately. There's been an increase in sleeping. And I know that sounds crazy, but it's true. There's a lot of people saying that they're so exhausted, so tired, that they're actually looking into the sleepy virus from 1915. And this lasted for like 2 decades after World War I. So why are they looking into it? Well, it makes sense. See, all these, there's no reason, there's no causes for a lot of these sleeping coma type diseases. There's no virus, there's no bacteria, there's no pathogen that's causing it. It is simply within us, kind of like in The Walking Dead. It's just always in you until, you know what happens. So anyway, are you noticing massive amounts of lethargy, exhaustion, tiredness, just sleepiness in general, no energy? It could be making a comeback. It could be from other things too, but it could be from this mystery virus that wasn't even really a virus. What do you think? Put your comment in the comment section. I'd like to hear if you're having any sleepiness, increased exhaustion, increased fatigue over the past month, and not related to anything that's virus related. Put your comment in the comment section. Lock the universe out.
I'm going to need him to go ahead and clean that one up. He's giving all the lazy people an excuse now, right? That's the next thing you're going to hear people say. The people that have nothing going on with their life. Oh, I have the sleepy virus. Man, you got to stop the cap.
Want to see the world through a different lens? Check this out. This is from far away, and this is up close.
More and more people are now saying that the CIA codes that were released are actually a real thing. And I was like, CIA codes like weapons or something? They're like, no. CIA codes related to the human body and how just knowing these sequences can change your body. How can a sequence of numbers affect your body? And how she described it, the woman who was like, this is a complete joke, and then tried it and said her pain is gone. She focused on the area where she was having the pain while she was having it, and then repeated this sequence of numbers, 55515. Over and over again, kind of turning it into like a mantra, would say it out loud. It worked. I dug into this because everything fascinates me. There is a pain relief code, the 55515. There is a peace code. There is an unexpected money code. We're talking a sequence of numbers for income. And wait for it, they also have them for weight loss and reality shift. Who knew? And apparently the romance code is another one that people say they swear by. You don't have to just walk around chanting these numbers to yourself that you sound crazy to everyone. You can just visualize this sequence of numbers, focus on what it is these numbers are supposed to be doing for you. We are also saying write these numbers down. You can write them on your body. Show them to water before you drink the water. Apparently being related to that study where they took water and like drew a picture of like an animal or something, then took the picture away and then stuck the water in like a freezer. And whenever they took the water out and ran it under a microscope, there was a picture of that animal, proving that water had memory. If it works, it works. Thanks, CIA.
The human heart is now documented as the strongest generator of both electrical and magnetic fields in the body. Now this is important because we've always been taught that the brain is where the action is. The brain has an electrical field, it does have a magnetic field, but they're relatively weak compared to the heart. The heart is about 100 times stronger electrically and up to 5,000 times stronger, 5,000 times stronger magnetically than the brain. And the reason this is important is because the physical world as we know it is made of those two fields of energy, electrical and magnetic fields of energy, electromagnetic fields. Our own physics books now tell us if we can change either the magnetic field of an atom or the electrical field of the atom, by doing that we literally change that atom. We change the stuff that our bodies in this world are made of. And it appears now that the human heart is designed to do both, to change both the electrical field and the magnetic field of our bodies and our world, and they do so in response to the emotions that we create between our heart and our brain.
So when you see Lady Liberty in New York Harbor, realizing that the light that she is raising is the light of Lucifer, not the light of liberty. And if you want further proof of this, let me point out two things. Number one, the Statue of Liberty was created by a Freemason in France, designed and built by a Freemason in France as a gift to the Freemasons of America. And not only that, if you look at the tablet that she holds in her hand, you know what's engraved on that tablet? Just 4 characters. 1776, the year the Illuminati was formed, not the year America was formed.
I'm gonna need all the iTrack fam in New York to tap in and let me know, is that common knowledge out there, or is he stretching some kind of truth that he has going on in that book of his?
Does anyone else remember when people were finding random staircases in the woods? Reports about these mysterious stairways showing up in the middle of the forest began happening in the early 2010s. An entire Reddit thread was created just to share photos and locations of these staircases that were discovered. That thread was started by a search and rescue officer sharing his creepy experiences coming across these staircases in the forest while searching for missing people. According to the original poster, when he asked people on his team, he was told by all of the other officers not to worry about them, that they were normal, but he was also advised to stay away from them and to never, under any circumstances, climb the staircases, but with no explanation why. He described them as standing entirely alone in the middle of nowhere, usually 30 to 40 miles into the forest and not attached to any ruins of any buildings, almost as if someone had taken the stairs from a house, cut them out, and put them in the woods. He also clarified that these staircases are not just old decaying steps from a long gone house. He instead described them as usually in immaculate condition, sometimes made from materials that just don't make sense for being in the forest, like polished marble or wrought iron, and they all seemingly lead to nowhere. This thread created a plethora of conspiracy theories that the stairways were possibly some sort of gateway to another time or dimension. It went so far that even a horror show called Channel Zero picked up the storyline for one of the seasons of their show. In the show, the staircase in the forest serves as a portal to transport the main characters to a mansion owned by a family of ritualistic cannibals.
Imagine how good it's going to feel one day to realize you actually became the person you kept picturing in your head.
Look, that looks like a face, some lady's face. It's pretty cool. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Why? Right here.
Yo, a sinkhole.
Listen to me, you get your
Oh
car
my
out.
God, bro.
You'll get your
Look at that.
you'll get your thing, okay?
Right on the highway.
Listen to me.
Insane. Look at that.
Now, when the news came out and said there were just sinkholes popping up all over America, you kind of think maybe they're just exaggerating just a little bit. But that sinkhole was in the middle of the highway. You can't make that up.
What Stargate is, what the Montauk Project is.
The Stargate program was when the government was working on trying to understand consciousness. That book, Stalking the Wild Pendulum by Itzhak Bentov, was used heavily in this program because it appears he understood consciousness, as did Robert Monroe of the Monroe Institute. So between that book and the Monroe Institute protocols for remote viewing, they started working with adults, and as much as no one wants to admit it, they eventually were working with children also.
Why with children?
When you're remote viewing, you're not supposed to really have an opinion on what you're looking at. You're supposed to just get the info. Children are better at that because they don't harbor the biases of experiences and adding their own prejudgments to what they're looking at. If you see a circle, you want to say, I see a circle. You don't want to start trying to imagine what it is. I saw a UFO. No, technically, you just saw a circle. So it's stuff like that that got them looking into working with children.
Oh, let's look at the origin of the word Stargate. So for many decades, the CIA ran something called Operation Stargate. Okay? And Operation Stargate was to see if it's possible for people to have telepathy and telekinesis. Okay? Telepathy means you're able to remote view. You're able to travel long distances, maybe to the moon, and see what's in the moon. Okay? And telekinesis just basically means you're able to move things at a distance, okay? You're able to control energy patterns from afar. And so this is called Operation Stargate. But why would you call it Stargate? And the answer is because in theory, if you're able to move your consciousness somewhere else, you're able to move the energy from a distance, you're also able to transport yourself to another dimension. And not only that, but you're also able to bring in other beings from other dimensions into you. So you become the Stargate. Okay? That's the CIA. And this is something that's been declassified. So this is an official CIA document saying they've been working on this for like decades. Also, what's interesting is you have a movie called Stargate. And it was about an interdimensional Stargate that allowed you to access different dimensions. Okay? So that's what Stargate is. If you actually study occult, that's what Stargate is. Stargate are these portals into different dimensions. Okay? It's really about interdimensional travel. Okay, so now you guys ask yourself, okay, fine. But what does this have to do with AI? Okay? And so what I'm going to show you for the rest of the semester is that AI is the occult. All right? You think that AI is run by these nerds who just love the computer program. No, guys. The real power behind AI are occultists who want to create God. Okay? All right. So,
unspoken rule you should know. The way that someone talks about everyone else is eventually how they talk about you.
You're already a cyborg. Most people don't realize they are already a cyborg. That phone is an extension of yourself. It's just that the data rate, the rate at which, of the communication rate between you and the cybernetic extension of yourself that is your phone and computer is slow.
2016, Spanish Neil Harbison became the world's first legally recognized cyborg. He has an antenna implanted into his skull that gives him access to something he was born without, the ability to perceive color. American Nathan Copeland was paralyzed by a car accident when he was 18 years old. He can't move, but retains some sensation in a few fingers. The doctors connected electrodes to his brain, and after 3 sessions, he could make the robot move just by thinking. The robotic hand allowed Copeland to experience sensation in his fingers and even fist bump Barack Obama. Wow.
Took the wrong way. Oh my goodness.
Did you see my other 2 guys? What?
What?
Did you see my other 2 guys?
Did we see your other 2 guys? No.
You're supposed to go that way.
No, we're not supposed to go that way.
No.
Want to meet them?
No, we don't want to meet him. How about not? I don't know. Hey, she's gargling water. Something over the tree. Oh my goodness.
What?
I thought that was somebody else. She's trying to speak to our channel right now.
YouTubers, should I wear my orange outfit with this? Like the blue?
Dua Lipa, pero desde que me corté el cabello siento que me parezco muchísimo menos a Dua Lipa. Y es que muchísima gente me dice que me parezco a la Dua Lipa del 2018 más o menos, que tiene como el cabello cortito. Y me puse a ver fotos y nada que ver. O sea, ella se ve increíble, tenía el cabello súper bonito y yo parezco...
¿Y? Va para adentro.
Mírala.
Dale, pitale. Pitale.
No. This is real. I'm not gonna fall for this AI. This is AI, that's AI. This is 100% real. I don't care anymore. Because once you start calling everything AI, we're actually gonna be living amongst them. We've been calling these conspiracy theorists crazy for too long. I don't care. Since these Epstein files dropped, nothing is off the table. I don't care no more. That's real. That's a real video. We gotta be worried about that. That has to be exterminated right now. Someone gotta locate that and take that out. It's literally moving like a Sims character. IRL.
This is on the horror film. This is in my house.
She thought she was just watching a random horror video until it started matching her life. In the clip, people are talking about an old house like it's cursed, abandoned, somewhere no one should ever go near. And on the screen, there's one very specific detail, a painting hanging in the living room. At first, she doesn't think much of it, but something about it feels familiar. So she pauses the video and walks into her own living room, and that's when everything stops. The exact same painting is hanging right there on her wall. Same position, same angle, same details, no difference at all. That's when the realization hits her. The house in the video isn't just similar, it's her house, the one she's living in right now. Suddenly, everything changes. Every small sound she ignored before, every shadow, every creak in the middle of the night starts to feel different. Because now, it's not just a story anymore. It's a place with a past she doesn't understand. And the more she replays the video, the more it feels like it wasn't just showing a haunted house, it was showing her house before she ever moved in. Like someone had already documented it, like the story never ended, it just continued with her in it.
She was definitely living in the Black Mirror episode for sure.
Always lock your doors.
Oh, hell no.
This lady was in her living room late at night when she saw something unsettling at her door.
Oh my goodness gracious, what the hell? Ain't nobody in the other room. Look at this. Oh my gosh. Oh, my pistol's in the other room. I can't do it. What in the hell is that? Oh my gosh. It keeps... Hello? What do you need? I don't even know who you are. This house is haunted. There's something in the other room. Look at that. What is that? Oh, hell no. What the hell is that? What in the hell? Oh, hell no.
It seemed like a strange creature was trying to get in, and based on her reaction, it looks like this wasn't the first time this creature came to her door. Some people think it was a mountain lion, but it kinda reminds me of this shaven terrier. What do you think it was?
What the bro?
Okay, cool.
Stay away. What the hell is that? This footage shows a man being attacked in the middle of the woods by what he claims were elf-like creatures known as duende. Things take an even stranger turn at the end. Suddenly, he cries out in fear as small humanoid figures seem to lunge towards him from the trees. He runs while the creatures give chase. Panicked, the man attempts to flee his tiny pursuers, but the duendes continue their relentless assault. He was able to climb up into a tree used for hunting. Just as the footage is about to cut out, the duendes mysteriously transform into goat-like animals. The terrified man escapes to share his bizarre story. He believes the duendes lured him deep into the forest before revealing their true monstrous nature once he was isolated and alone. What did this poor guy capture on camera? A real shape-shifting duende attack? Let me know your theories on what these creatures could be. This chilling found footage will give you goosebumps.
So now you're telling me they found this statue in Mexico, and at first I didn't believe it either. But then I saw the picture of it actually being found. I'm like, wait, hold on. This looks oddly familiar. When I saw this, I immediately thought of this. And y'all know the history behind this, y'all. Y'all know the history. If you don't, let's talk about it. So I am not a believer that the Anunnaki created the world or the Tartarians, any of that. I think that the fallen angels came down and procreated with mortal women. The fallen angels being the aliens that everybody's talking about. Literally says in the book of Enoch that people will sacrifice to demons as gods, and these demons will masquerade themselves as gods across the centuries. I keep telling you guys, I'm gonna bring it back. The Egyptian gods, the Roman gods, the Greek gods, all the other gods are just fallen angels taking different forms over the centuries, guys. When people are finding these things, everyone's like, oh my gosh, it's aliens, it's aliens. No, y'all, those are fallen angels. Like, I wholeheartedly believe that. I will stand on that 10 toes down. And I feel like in the music industry, the reason why they push that stuff so bad is because they themselves worship fallen angels. Like, it's all in plain sight, guys. It's been here. So finding these artifacts, it's really not surprising to me. And what are the chances that a woman would be doing that with the alien? What are the chances? I don't know. It's giving in plain sight to me. Like, you guys tell me what you think. As always, make sure you like and follow. Comment down below if you want a part 2.
As he stepped inside, the rhythmic knocking grew louder. It was clear the sound was coming directly from within the structure. Danny turned to head back to the living room, planning to call the exterminator on speed dial. But before he could leave, a demonic-looking figure suddenly peeked from behind the shower curtain. Overcome With horror, Danny instantly cut the recording and bolted from the house. When he pulled up his CCTV app moments later, the cameras showed nothing at all. The bathroom was empty. No intruder, no creature. Yet Danny knew what he had seen was real. A horrifying brush with something supernatural lurking in his own home.
This was the moment panic spread through a packed subway train after a man suddenly began spraying an unknown substance into the crowded carriage. As the mist spread through the enclosed train car, confused passengers started covering their faces and frantically trying to move away. Though some reports called it an irritant spray, many online viewers speculated that it may have instead been some kind of prank fart spray. The incident reportedly happened aboard a subway train in Guangzhou, China. The man involved was soon detained by authorities after the incident, though his motive remains unclear. This was the moment a German shepherd found himself dangling off the edge of a high apartment balcony after laying too close to the edge and slipping underneath the metal railing. Trapped several stories above the ground, the terrified dog desperately tried to hold himself up using only his front paws as his back legs hung helplessly in the air. With nothing to grip onto to pull himself back up, the dog could do nothing but hang on for dear life. If he lost his grip, the fall could have easily killed him or left him severely injured. But suddenly, the exhausted dog noticed his owner becoming aware of the situation and immediately started wagging his tail. Luckily, the woman rushed over and pulled him to safety just moments before the dog became too tired to hang on.
One rule to entering Earth: forget who you are. Earth isn't just a planet. It's the greatest experiment in the universe. Consciousness came here knowing it would forget everything, to see if, even in total darkness, the light could be remembered. You chose your body, your family, your role. You entered as a baby and were taught fear and separation. Most forgot completely. God is inside you became, you are separate. But something shifted. Earth entered a new frequency. Across the planet, many arrived disguised as ordinary humans, waiting, sleeping, and now they're waking up, remembering who they are, dreaming a new Earth into being, built not on fear, but on love. And if you're hearing this, maybe you're one of us.
Well, you guys, that's another one in the books, man. And I appreciate you guys for always stopping by, watching, and learning with me. If you haven't already, do me the biggest favor and hit that like button for me, hit that hype button, and subscribe if you're not a part of the iTrack fam, man. And I will definitely catch you on the next one.